We can get it. That's fine. So it's small. Okay. So to answer your question, the power source. This is just run off of just electrical from Seneca.
From Seneca? Okay.
Yeah. So they currently supply all our power. We thought about at one point installing rooftop solar, but we did the calculation and it wouldn't provide very much electricity. It would be more sort of a.
It's short and like the location.
Yeah, it's not very sunny here.
Yeah.
It's not a big roof,
Yeah.
so it will provide just a very small amount of the power we need, because the power really is for the lights, which there's a lot of lights, and for the keeping the temperature control. So there's a heat pump system installed as well. Yes. Okay. So the process of how the farm works is there's this seedling rack back here behind you. And essentially what happens is we plant seeds in these little pods every week. And after about a week, they're germinating, and I think these guys were planted maybe a week ago. So that's about the size they get. We move them up to the next rack, and they spend about 4 weeks in the seedling rack, just sort of moving. Once they get larger like that, we take the lids off, and then they're ready to sort of transplant into the actual hydroponic wall, which will support a larger plant growth. And so we have it divided into 4 walls. You can kind of see that there are sort of sections where there are plants of different sizes. These ones are smaller, those ones at the back are quite large. And so they spend about 4 weeks in the wall as well. So it'll be an 8-week total growth cycle. And then at the end of the 4 weeks, we harvest like 1 wall per week. So they're sort of offset by 1 week. These ones are smaller. Probably that one at the back is going to be the next one harvested because it's quite large. And so at any time we harvest 120, 130 plants. Looks like it's split half and half, basil and cilantro at the moment about. And then we harvest them, weigh them, package them up. We don't actually package them, we just put them in a bucket and take them over to the cafeteria right away. And they just use them on like the pizzas, they make pesto. They do a couple of other things as well. I really should find out what they do with the food.
Is it dill, right?
This is cilantro.
Cilantro?
Yeah. We have done dill also.
This is cilantro
That's
too?
also cilantro. Yeah.
Oh. Looks like dill.
It smells good, eh?
Current issues like food costs, sustainability concerns, or climate change influence interest in Seneca Farm?
Yes. So one of the big things that the people are concerned about in a sustainability perspective is like food security. So we don't grow enough food in here to really help. Like we can't feed people out of here. It's not big enough. But what we can do is help make the cafeteria's supply chain a bit more robust, so they don't have to worry about supply, basically, of just what we can grow. And also, we don't use any like what's it called? Chemicals on the plants. So,
okay.
sorry.
You don't use fertilizers?
There's some fertilizers in the water. So there's a nutrient solution that feeds the plants, but we don't use any like pesticides or those kinds of chemicals. So
I have a question. So like when we're doing our assignment, like is the main goal of this like awareness for hydroponic and vertical farming, or is it like we want people to know what we're doing at Seneca, like more specifically like what we're doing?
I think both are valuable. I feel like you could take either route. I mean, I want people to know what we're doing here so that they
Like
see more
fun
value
research?
in this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So maybe there's more research projects. Maybe Seneca would be willing to upgrade the
Expand?
space.
Yeah.
Because there is room, like we're walking in here, there is room for like a middle,
Yeah.
we could put another series of growth things right down the center if it can move back and forth.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be harder to give tours, but like, I think we could double the capacity up here if we just had Seneca thinking this is much more important. Then they might be able to put in some money or something for us too. So, yeah.
I have a question.
Thanks.
this.
Yeah.
So you currently have produced basil and cilantro. Do you have any plans on harvesting any other types of plants?
Yeah, good question. So we can grow all sorts of stuff in here. We can grow lettuce, we can grow other things, but we're really we're taking direction from the cafeteria, and so they've requested basil and cilantro. So it's sort of a, because that's what they use and are willing to buy from us. It's a request. Yeah.
Market oriented.
Exactly. Yeah, a market pull. We've done some dill in here before, and they've used, which is great. It smells great. And we've grown hot peppers. We've grown cherry tomatoes in here. We've grown beans. So we have grown a lot of other things, mostly just for fun though, because the cafeteria doesn't want it. But it is fun. So I think we had some aphids in the peppers upstairs, so we had to pull them all out. So I don't think there's anything growing up there right now. Sorry?
What is that exactly?
Which?
Aphids?
Oh, aphids. They're just like a little bug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see.
And is this basil?
Yeah, that one's basil. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you ever like expand to like outdoor harvesting in like the warmer months, or do you just stick to?
No, we do. So there is it's quite small farm just on the other side of Odeto, over there. And then we have 4 small raised beds. They're like 4 feet by 8 feet. 5 raised beds of that size. And so we do, one of the beds is reserved for like tobacco and sweetgrass, which are like traditional medicines for First Peoples there. And then other beds we have, what do we grow this year? Tomatillos, tomatoes, cucumbers, more hot peppers, squash, I think we did pumpkins, just whatever we have seeds for. We just plant that outside.
How do you sign up to work in this area, in this
Yeah.
container unit?
So right now, I have one research assistant working on some research projects around vertical farming upstairs, and then she also manages. She does all the work down here. Actually, I don't do anything, and so she takes care of like all of the planting, the transplanting, harvests, delivery, all the cleaning, because this has to stay relatively.
Do you have a backup generator just in case power goes out?
No, we don't, which would be really nice.
Do you donate any of the stuff that you grow?
Yes.
Or everything goes to the cap? Okay.
Yeah, no, good question. Thank you. I wanted to talk about that. So, in here, all of the food goes to the cafeteria. There are weeks where we do harvests and they don't buy it because it's like study week or they're just not around. So in those weeks, we take the produce to like a food bank. And in the summer, all of the food that we grow outside is donated to the SSF food bank there.
SSF food bank.
Yeah.
I have a question. I've heard I've read about some small farms or greenhouses in space station and in some like research project. They just trying to do such thing in Antarctic. And for better growing, they use special lamp, which were generating specific part of the spectrum.
Yep.
Not like all, like not just regular lamp, just specific lamp with specific part of the spectrum. And it looks like the lighting looks like a little bit rose, pinky, violet, something like that. So do we have such technology or not?
Yeah, so the way that works is it's for 2 reasons really. It's for energy efficiency. So if you're only supplying light in a part of the spectrum, then you don't have to spend the energy to generate light in the other spectrum. So the lights you can either do pink or sort of in the red side, or you can do blue. And then the other piece of that is, depending on what you're growing and the stage that it's growing, people have figured out that pink light helps
For that stage,
with
yeah.
like leafy growth, and then blue light helps flowering and
I
like
see. Interesting.
fruit production. So if you're growing strawberries or tomatoes or peppers or something, then you start with one and then shift to the other. And but really, it's an energy efficiency.
Oh yeah.
Piece, so that you don't have to pay for like the whole white light spectrum. You only have to pay for like part of it. We don't do that here though.
Okay.
I think
So-
we do have some lights upstairs that are
I
pink
see.
or blue, but this is just sort of it's more flexible, so we don't have to worry about switching it from one to the other.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just easier.
What level of awareness do you think like students, faculty, and staff currently have about Seneca Farm?
Yeah, I think very low. One thing that would be amazing is if the like cafeteria advertised more.
Oh,
that
yeah?
we use like that we grow the stuff here and then it's used like in the food right
Yeah,
away. I think that'd be really cool.
So
I
there's
think people
no
are
other.
attracted to that. Definitely, yeah.
So there's no other like channels like or other places around campus that promote this farm.
Sustainable Seneca has put out a few videos that are available online, but with all the restructuring, I think they don't have the capacity to do that anymore. So there hasn't been anything in like since last year at least. Otherwise, Seneca Applied Research, that's where I work. We put out things rarely. We also don't really have a lot of capacity for advertising. So no, other than those two channels, there isn't really anything.
So what strategies have you tried so far that might not have worked, or that like you want to really try? Like say other than advertising, like kind of your biggest difficulties too.
Yeah, it's difficulties. That's a tough question. I don't know. We haven't actually tried too much, so that's what it's hard to answer. One thing that I have been trying to do, which has only been partially done, so I can't say if it's been successful or not, is reach out to classes like this one. Actually, Jess has been really great in using the farm. It was her idea too. It wasn't even mine. To bring classes in here to use this as case studies, to use it as I would love to bring in engineering classes to like have sensors and automation and these kinds of things, because we don't have it now, or I don't know, other sort of to try to get class integration to use the farm as projects, because I think the more students we have involved, like the more awareness will happen on campus.
We wouldn't have known if it wasn't a
Yeah,
big project
right,
for us,
and it's
so-
just right here. Like it's
Yeah.
not like it's hiding anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you have like a video images of this place?
Yeah, there are some
So
somewhere.
I'll need some because I just need professional pictures and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll communicate with my professor. So if
Yeah,
yeah.
because so I know Just Vertical. We've done a few. They've done a few photo shoots in here and video shoots. So I know they have a lot of, and they bring nice equipment to do that with. So most of the stuff we've done here has been just like cell phone cameras, which is
Yeah.
fine. But I know they brought some nice like cameras. So I'll see if I can get. Jess is in contact with them as well. So if we can request some access to some of the videos and photos up here. Yeah, good idea. Thanks.
Oh, one more question.
Sure.
Which group is like least aware of the farm? Like students, staff, or faculty, or specific campuses?
All of them. And nobody really knows. Like I'm thinking, student awareness is getting better, I think, as we're starting to reach out to more classes. But I mean, faculty don't and staff don't really know about this either. So everybody.
So do you think like staff and faculty are like the hardest to reach out, and students are the easiest to reach out about the farm?
Yep. Yeah, because at least students we can. I know the staff at SSF are aware of the farm, and I talk to them pretty regularly. So at least there is a potential channel for reaching out to students through the Student Federation. With staff, it's really tough.
I think a lot of people are like intimidated by like the innovative science aspect of it. 'Cause I did my undergrad in environmental science, and we did a lot of work around like trying to communicate with like the general public about like a new like innovative technology. And I think that like when you're talking about this stuff, like you have to use like really like simple language that's also like catches people's like importance, like especially when it comes to like food security, because that's like a big problem now, like of like what might happen with like climate change. So it's like using language that's like, you know, this is like, this could help us like in the future, like make sure that, you know, the future generations will be fed, like with this research is really important, this technology will save us in the future kind of thing, because that's what people like really care about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. Yeah, the drawback about this technology is it does require a lot of energy use.
Yeah.
For the lighting and for the temperature control, but on the other hand, we can like this is the middle of winter and we're
But you know, what, so does
producing,
AI, and they have no problem funding that. So,
It's true that yeah.
you know,
Which
if,
is
if enough
ridiculous,
people
yeah.
care about it, I
Yeah.
feel like it could be better funded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, AI's not making food for us.
It's not making food for us. It's
No.
not really doing much for us.
I did want to show also just what the plants look like. So I'll just grab. So they grow kind of like this. They're all in little pods. We plant the seeds go in the pods. They grow and the roots sort of come down. Sometimes the roots get really, really long. So when they get too long, they can actually clog the tubes. So we just sort of tear the roots off the bottom, and the plants are fine. And then they keep growing. But these are nice white, light colored like roots, which
Is the root is it edible?
the roots
Yeah.
probably. I've never tried, but
Try it right now.
no.
Would you consider this a greenhouse? Like,
So-
greenhouse?
I would say this is downstairs here. This is what I would call controlled environment agriculture. So it's sealed from the outside. It has its own temperature control system. Like we manipulate the temperature basically in here and control that. Which greenhouses are a subset of controlled environment
More
agriculture.
traditional.
Yeah, exactly. Where you are also controlling the environment in a greenhouse, right? Like there's usually a heater in there. It's just this is one level of being sort of sealed beyond that. The upstairs is a greenhouse, so it is we're not going to go up there because it's icy and the steps are kind of dangerous.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Cool.
And there's also nothing going on up there right now. If we had the peppers growing, I'd consider it, but they're not there right now.
And I see no ground, right? No dirt, only water. So it's totally hydroponic, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. So the reservoirs are just water.
Uh-huh.
This is our main reservoir of water. We fill that from outside. Pump that gets pumped into the smaller reservoirs here, and then we add nutrients and mix that in, and then that feeds the plants. This should be good.
I see. And do you have like any sensors to control the content of nutrients in the water? Yeah.
Yeah. So there's they're not automated. We just have manual like probes.
manually,
And so every day or week or so,
see.
measure the.
Any
probes.
records of, or just
Sorry.
any records of the?
Yeah,
of the
everything's
measurement?
recorded.
Yeah?
Over
Okay,
time.
cool.
So, but it's all sort of written manually, so we
Uh-huh.
don't have that automated, which would be
Okay.
nice. It would be nice to
Okay.
have it done automatically.
Are there any like key messages or values that you feel has to be protected or emphasized when promoting the farm?
I think the ideas of like food, like local food growth, or what I've been calling like hyper local food growth, because this is like we're growing on campus and taking it like 20 meters to the cafeteria, is really important, because long distance shipping of food, like it's not good for the environment because of all the just energy used in shipping, but also food degrades over time. So like this is also going to be the freshest food that we can grow.
Processed.
Yeah, and like it helps with access to food. Like we can control what we grow, we can control what goes on it. So that level of sort of food, what we call sovereignty, I guess, is deciding your own processes around food growth.
In this kind of place, you will not be able to grow fruits.
Fruits are, I mean, things like tomatoes and peppers are fruit also, or at least they're grown in the same kind of conditions. We can't grow trees, so a lot of fruit grows on trees, but berries and those kinds of things, they do need pollination. So that's one thing that's more difficult to do in an environment like this, because we don't have bees and flies, and well, there's a few flies, but don't pay attention to those flying around. Yeah. So it's a little bit more difficult. Tomatoes sort of can pollinate themselves if you have a fan on, but other fruit you need to like manually pollinate, and it's more work, which is fine, but it could be done, I guess. I don't know if I answered your question. I sort of rambled. So. Yeah, exactly. Cool.
Speaking of engineering, have you considered combining two fruits to create crossbreed together to have a more efficient way of saving energy?
Like developing our own sort of strains of plants. I mean, that would be very cool. It is a very time-consuming process. Ideally, if we keep saving our seeds and keep doing more, like grow something like, say, peppers, save the seeds, and then plant those, eventually we will get a better pepper that will grow in the conditions better, right? Because we save the best seeds, it'll grow the plants that are more adapted to this environment. So, sort of. Is the answer?
Funding for that.
Yeah, exactly. That would be a great research project, but we would need like a partner. All right, looks like we should go.
One more question, unless you're able to go.
Last question.
One question. Why do you think the farm gets overlooked compared to like other campus initiatives?
I think part of that is actually awareness of the like upper admin, like the senior executive at the campus don't necessarily know all the stuff that we're doing here either. So they would be another target audience. Yeah.
Last question. Where do you get seeds from?
Yeah, we get seeds from the Just Vertical or West Coast Seeds usually. Actually, that's a good question, because we should be buying more local seeds, because there are some really good seed producers in Ontario. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone. I'll meet you guys up there in case you have other questions. I'm going to send the next group in.